Hello my lovely yogis. So today I've decided to do a video which is based on how to combat anxiety. A lot of us experience anxiety or nervousness in everyday life, some people more than others, and it's a very valid emotion and it's something that often we get told to just get over. And if you've ever suffered with anxiety, it's never that easy, and the smallest things can trigger it without us even knowing why. So I'm going to focus on some really key strategies, a bit of breathing, some grounding, just a bit of core strength to give you that fire within your belly to know that you can do it and not give up. And also some balance, because often we feel anxious when we're feeling unbalanced. So get yourself into something comfortable. I'm just wearing my tracky bottoms today, and let's get started. We're going to start in an easy cross. So I want you to get yourself onto your mat and cross your legs. So bringing your one foot in front of the other. You can have them crossed. If you want to open your hips a little bit more, you can actually place one foot down on the ground and allow those knees to drop down a little bit more. And you might decide that this feels a bit tight on your spine, and if so, just get a block or a blanket and place it underneath your tailbone so that you release some of the pressure on your spine, because it can feel quite tight sometimes sitting like this. And we're going to start with some breathing. So bringing your hands down to either side, palms facing up. And with an inhale, we're going to move our arms up, forward, all the way up into the sky. And as we exhale, bring them down halfway, open up into a T, and down to the ground. Again, inhale, all the way up, and exhale. Now I want you to find your own breath here. Inhaling to bring your arms up all the way, and exhale to bring them down halfway, open up, and all the way down to the ground. In your own time, focusing on your breath. This might be the first time that you've touched in with the breath today. And our breath is so important in order to ground us, in order to find stability in ourselves, to calm. In yoga, we call it pranayama. Prana is your life breath. So that's what it represents, us breathing life into our bodies and out, releasing all the negativity, all the anxiety, all of the tension. We'll do this twice more. Lovely, everyone. Okay, now we're going to bring our arms forward and we're going to come over our legs if possible. If not, you can always just bring your legs to the side and get into a hands and knees position that way. So whatever is accessible for you today. And when we come into this position, we want to really extend the gaps between all of our fingers. So we're trying to reach down through our arms and place our fingertips, our palms, our knuckles, everything into the ground, and really try and make a connection with the floor. And notice that the back of your arms are nice and straight, the fronts of your legs are nice and straight, and we actually get two parallel lines here. And what we're going to do here to start with is try to create a really rigid, strong table structure. So we're pushing up through our arms, activating our shoulders, pushing into our knees, and everything's really, really rigid. And then I want you to inhale as you lift your tailbone, drop your stomach and lift your head, releasing that rigidity. Exhale to drop the tailbone, lift the navel up towards the spine and drop the head. Inhale, lifting that tailbone, lifting the head, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to drop the tailbone, lift the stomach, drop the head. And again, find your own breath pattern here and your own movement as you move up and down. Finding flexibility within that spine, connecting with your breath, finding that movement with your body, almost not thinking but just letting the breath control the way that your spine moves up and down. Again, we'll do this twice more. And then we're going to come back to our tabletop position. We're going to tuck our toes under. And then we're going to just gently lift our knees off the floor. Stay here for 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice, that's just the start of your core warm-up. We're trying to focus on the challenges and the way that our body reacts to challenges. So when we come into those core muscles, that fire, that's what is it kind of so important in order to find that fight within us and not just give in to the pain. So once more, we're going to inhale and try and lift your knees off the floor. The higher your knees are off the floor, the easier this will be. The further they are down to the ground, the harder it will be on your core. And really trying to push down into the ground. Keeping your arms active, that core engaged, knitting together the upper and lower abdomen. 3, 2, 1, release. Nice work, everyone. Okay. Now I want you to walk your hands forward just a little bit, keeping your toes tucked under. We're going to lift the knees again and then slowly lift our tailbone. So we're going to push our arms straight first, keeping our back long, keeping those knees bent. So our hips are really nice and lifted, coming into our down dog. And then if you've got the flexibility here in your hamstrings, then you can start to lower them down, lowering down your heels and straightening out your legs. But if not, keeping here so that you can keep that nice straight back. Otherwise you end up in a position like this and you're not actually gaining anything from the down dog. What we're going to do now is inhale, exhale, inhale to come over our toes, come forward, push back through our heels and come into our plank. Now you can, again I want you to really push into your hands here and lift up into your shoulders, activating your shoulders, push into your heels. If this is a bit much for you, you can come down onto your knees. Don't cross your ankles because it will cause a inconsistency in your hips. So if you're going to lift your feet, just keep them straight together. You can be here or you can be here. And if you're here, really pushing into the back of your heels, making sure that you're nice and active. I know we've kept you here for a while, so just 3, 2, 1. Nice. We're going to drop our knees back down to the floor. Come back into a child's pose, our recovery position. Now sometimes we have to fight and then we want to recover. So that's okay. That's really okay, and I think it's really nice after you have done that sort of activity to just take a moment to breathe and to congratulate yourself. So coming down here, knees bent, base of our spine coming down towards our feet, arms reaching forward. Taking 3 nice deep restorative breaths here. And then we're going to walk ourselves back up. And again, we're going to tuck our toes here, but this time we're going to roll over our feet the other way and come into a forward fold. So, feet about hip distance apart. You want to have your knees slightly bent. And just allow yourself to hang here. And this is almost like a little personal cocoon that you're creating. So hold either elbow. And just really try to relax that upper body. Allow yourself to swing. We draw little half circles, figure of 8. Try to relax your head. Notice if you're holding your neck and your head tight and up. And see if you can relax and allow it to come down in towards your arms. So you feel safe here. Maybe do some neck rotation. And then slowly, as you inhale, grounding your feet ever so slowly, vertebra by vertebra, coming up to standing. Now I want you to really imagine that the ground here has got you, because the ground beneath you has always got you. It's there to support you, like I am, like your friends and family are. So really bring those feet down into the ground. Imagine your toes, all of your knuckles of your toes, the 5 kind of ends of the toes pushing into the ground, the outside edges of the feet, really finding that connection, pressing that back at your heel into the ground, and then lift up through the arches. And as you lift from the arches, notice your kneecaps raise, your quadriceps engage. See if you can tuck your tailbone ever so slightly. Sorry, I got a weird breath there. See if you can engage your core, bringing together those muscles that we were just using on the ground, and then inhale, roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and exhale to release. Again, all the way up to the ears and release. This time, bring it all the way up to the ears, and I want you to let them go. One more time, all the way up to your ears, let them go. Like you're letting go of your problems, of your stress, of your anxiety. And then I want you to inhale. As you inhale, lift your chest up towards the sky as you stand really proud, looking up just ever so slightly as you open that heart. You are proud. And you should be proud because you're an amazing person. And exhale to release. Now, a lot of the time when people are struggling with anxiety, they really, I know I do this, I bring my shoulders up towards my ears and I create a lot of tension around my neck and my shoulders. So we're going to work on that a little bit now. So what I want you to do is bring your left arm in front of you, and then I want you to bring your right arm over the top so your right elbow rests on the crease of your left arm. And then see if you can cross your arms over each other so that your backs of your palms might, the backs of your hand might come together, or you might be able to bring your palms down to touch. And then I just want you to lift your hands ever so slightly up into the air. Notice that stretch through the back of your shoulders. Stay here for 3, 2, 1, and release. Now we can do the same on the other side. So this time, bringing your right arm in front, bringing your left arm, the elbows, into that crease, crossing your hands over, and then inhale, lifting up, feeling that stretch through the shoulders as you look up towards your hand for 3, 2, 1, lovely, and release. Now we're going to try a little bit of balance, and I think finding balance, equilibrium within life is something that we all struggle with, but it's present. And if you look at the sun and the moon and night and dark and male and female, there is so much balance within the universe, and it's important that we try and find that within ourselves, and I think doing it physically really helps us do it emotionally. So focus. Find a point, a drishti, a focus point that you can look at which isn't going to move. And once you have that point, finding that connection with the ground that we looked at earlier, really seeing if we can connect all 4 corners of our feet. And then as we inhale, lifting up that right leg. So we're going to start with our left leg rounded, sorry. And you might just stay here. You might want to place your foot on your ankle or a little bit higher up on your leg. Please don't place it on your knee. We only have one on each leg and we don't want to ruin them, so be careful. And if you're feeling quite okay and balanced here, you can bring your right right hand around your right ankle and place your right foot on the inside of your left leg. And I want you to, again, really try and make a connection between your left leg and your right foot. So you're not just pushing one into the other, but you're finding that connection. And you're still lifting up from your arches, focusing on that point that doesn't move, lifting your heart ever so slightly. And breathe. And if you fall, don't worry, we're here to catch you. 3 more breaths. And then slowly release. See if you can get back down to the floor with control. Nice. Okay, we're going to do the left hand side. So placing your right foot into the floor this time, really trying to find that connection. And again, inhale as you lift your leg up. And you might stay here, just gently going up and down. You might start with your foot on your ankle or a little bit further up your leg. Or if you're feeling confident today, you can. And if your tracheas don't restrict you, you can bring that left foot into your right leg. And again, trying to find that connection where the two pressures meet each other and lift up from there. 3 breaths. Focusing on that point. And then release slowly and with control. I'm a bit wobbly today myself. Lovely, everyone. Okay, inhale. Lifting your arms up towards the sky. And then we're going to come to the front of our mats if you're not there already. Exhale to release all the way down. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Push through your hands, coming into your downward dog. And then I want you to look up between your hands. See if you can cross over and come into a seated position. Now we're going to bring our feet out in front of us, keeping a nice bend. And you can engage your core here if you like by reaching your arms up into the air and trying to really slowly, with each breath, come down slowly. Engage in that core. You can have your hands in front of you as well, that makes it a bit easier. Or you can just go straight down. And we want to bend your knees so that you can just kind of graze the back of your ankles with your longest finger. And we're going to work on opening that heart again, really being proud. And also this is really just great for the kind of chemicals that it releases and the things that it does for your body. So back bends and heart openers just are wonderful. Give you energy. So if you do back bends often, you'll find you can't close your eyes when you are resting afterwards. We're going to inhale, and as we inhale, peel our tailbone off the floor, lifting up all the way, working this vertebra of the spine, seeing if you can really, really lift that tailbone, lift your stomach, and exhale to release. Twice more. Inhale, peeling up, trying to really engage those quadriceps. We lift that navel and everything just a little bit higher, and exhale to release. And last time, and this time, as we inhale, I want you to link your hands underneath if you can. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Keeping everything engaged. That heart open. Chest towards the chin, chin up towards the sky. And then we're going to release our hands and slowly bring that tailbone back towards the floor. Extend your left foot. Extend your right foot. Do anything else here that feels good to you. And then together we're going to take one last deep inhale. And as we exhale, sigh everything out. You can stay here for a little longer. Or we'll slowly start to sit back up. And mindfully, like we've done this practice, slowly carry on with our day, begin our day, take ourselves to bed, wherever you are. Remember that it's okay to feel anxious, but remember to breathe and to treat yourself with love. Because I love you. Namaste.